Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue with the 3 months prediction for girl groups, and today it's Everglow turn, and I believe this is my first time reading for them. I think so. I think it is. So I'm really excited actually. I do not know much about them, so if you're fans, I would appreciate a bit of feedback. But yes, let's start with the cards that the members got. The first tarot card is the card of the World, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the card from the Oracle of Energies is the card of Anxiety. So yes, I think that it's very meaningful that the World card is first. It means that they come from finishing an era, or probably like finishing and closing a chapter in their careers, or probably like entering a new one. I believe that for them it's very important to do closures, to do these sort of endings in their work. It seems like they set certain goals for themselves, and then they start over. They start over. So this is really great, because then the next card is a card of the Knight of Cups. So if they are having a comeback, or if they are like bringing something new in these 3 months, it's going to be a very cherished and a very loving project, in the sense that they probably had put a lot of themselves in it, and I believe that they always do this in the sense that probably they are very emotional, the members. They do have this sort of energy where for them it's very important to tell a story, probably when they release a song, or when they release some kind of content. It's important for them to connect with emotions, to try to be positive, to try to be a sort of guidance, a sort of light in the lives of whoever is listening to them, or their fans. They do have a sort of magic in their concepts, or probably in the way they choose to express themselves. And it's really loving, because I see them like carrying this cup. You know, the Knight of Cups, it's someone that is very willing to offer their cup of love and appreciation to others. So it's like they are very, very kind, very generous. So I think that when it comes to work, after finalizing this cycle, probably they are really excited to bring this new thing, you know, this something new. And it comes with a lot of passion, because in the middle of the reading we have the powerful Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, it's a very fiery, very like outburst of energy, you know, like a very passionate beginning, you know, and it's when you bring something that is very powerful, you know, that it's like, okay, let's start over and let's do this, let's put our energies in this. So I don't know, I feel like there's something about them that everything seems so like beautiful. There's a lot of cups here, a lot of emotions, and then in the middle we have the Ace of Wands. So they definitely have a very strong sense of direction. They know exactly what they're aiming to. So probably it has to do with, you know, that I mentioned about the new girl groups coming to scene next year. And I think that maybe, I don't know about Everglow, when they debuted, I don't know how old is the group, but I think that they also feel this necessity of bringing a lot of powerful performances, or probably like being noticed, you know, like, so this is why they are using their all their resources, everything they got in themselves when it comes to inspiration, when it comes to bringing different concepts, or even the outfits, you know, everything has to be very well prepared, you know, and I see a lot of beauty, you know, I see a lot of beauty and a lot of glamour. So, and then the other card is the Two of Cups. So they definitely are getting along. They do have a connection between the members, an emotional one, where they talk to each other about how they feel, about every aspect of their careers and themselves as individuals. They are very honest with each other. They can look each other in the eye and be like, okay, yes, this is what I want to do. So yeah, I see them being really transparent to each other, and I think that this is great. This is something that you know, that I was talking yesterday. I was doing a reading yesterday for this very rookie girl group, and actually they got the two of cups, but they got it in reversed. So definitely I see that these girls, they bring different energy. They do have their challenges. They do have things that they need to work on, but I think that connection and understanding, it's the key here. They are able to see each other, to look at each other in the eyes, and being honest, and being very also considerate with the other, you know, like they talk about a lot of things that they feel, but they try to be very considering of the other, you know, not be aggressive or not talking behind someone's back. You know, they do have sort of because I think that they are all very emotional. There's an element here of emotions, so probably they have the capacity of like guessing each other's moods, you know, and understanding each other without saying a word. You know, there's a bit of magic here. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, a lot of things are going to change in their careers. Like they are going to have moments of sudden luck. You know, they're going to have moments of like being like, oh yay, like we made it. And then the things can change in a blink of an eye. You know, so I think that if we have to think about success, I think that this year is going to be complex to talk about success. I think that from what I'm sensing since I started doing this series, is that girl groups need to focus on the now, on the present day, you know, and trying to be like really flexible with their desires, you know, with what they want to what they want to achieve. I think that they need to stay realistic, and this doesn't have to do with who is more talented than who. It has to do with competition. And I think that this is one of the groups that they do know it. They do know that they have a good foundation. They know that they can do it. And they know that they can like be winning awards, you know, and probably they have their strategies as well. You know, they are not blind. They are very realistic about all these new groups coming into the scene. And I think that the competition is high. Thank God I don't see in these cards that indicate worry, but nevertheless, the last card of the archetype, I'm sorry, not the archetype, the oracle card, is the card of anxiety. So yes, this card is definitely talking to me about that they do have a sort of anxiety about their future or about the success of their future efforts. And I think that this has to do because There will be a lot of new releases, you know, and there's a bit of like probably when they are in the process of creating something, or when they are all gathered in the studio, or when they are like producing their stuff and getting ready to perform, and when they are with each other in their element, in their space, they feel invincible, you know. They feel like they definitely can beat everyone's, you know, and that they can be successful and actually be one of the best. But then it seems that when they start seeing all these new groups, or when they start like encountering different people, you know, it seems like the scene, the K-pop scene, when it comes to female energy, is going to feel a bit crowded, you know, because also these new groups are full of new energy, in the sense that they are very young idols, and that they have this very strong desire to make it and to prove themselves. So they will come with a really strong force. So I think that probably for the groups that that are already stable in the industry, is like, oh my God, like I need to level up my game, you know. I don't have, and not in the sense of competing, but more in the sense of not taking things for granted, you know, not being like, oh yes, we have experience, we have always been winning, you know. It's more about like you being like, oh, I can do this, like, oh really, I can do this, like I can still be working on this, or maybe it's all about energy, guys. And I think that when it comes to Everglow, since I see this radiant Ace of Wands here, that it's the element of fire, definitely I see that these girls do not lack fire, passion. They do have the drive as well. It's just that they are very adaptable, actually. They can be really like, it depends on the concept that they are given, you know, but they can seem a bit like on the feminine side, and soft and emotional when they want to, but they also have this side of themselves where they are like warriors as well, you know, in the sense that they can be wild, they can be also very ambitious, you know, and I think that this is all about this, you know, like you facing that there are new people coming in, so somehow they are going to push you or inspire you to give more of yourself, you know. So I think that they definitely feel a bit pressured, because, you know, I'm not going to lay the car of anxieties here, but like I said, I think that there's something about success, or being successful in their careers, or in the other group's career that I've been reading, that it seems like it's just a matter of luck, actually, and that this luck, just like the wheel of fortune that keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, and it's like you never know when you're going to get lucky, and you never know when that luck is going to run out. So it's all about instances. So you definitely don't have to hold on too tight to the feeling of thinking that you are, or feeling that you are very successful, or that you are the winner, because I think that the triumph or the success is going to be something very elusive for these groups. Maybe one week they will win something, and then the other week the other girls will win something. So it's going to be something very malleable, you know, in the sense that it's going to always be changing, constantly changing. So they have to adapt to change, and this generates anxiety, you know, the fact that you do not know how you will do this week, you know, and I think that it just makes you feel like you have to be a bit like on the defensive, you know, just in case. But I think they're going to do great. They do have a great energy here. I love it that they seem very organized with their own goals. You know, they started with the world card, so it means that they are very neat, you know, that they do everything like step by step, and they try to deliver at their best capacities, and at the same time they just want to, you know, like close the chapter and start all over something new. So this is very, very important, actually, that they are able to do this. And also this sort of chemistry that they have with each other. It seems like they really care for each other, because, you know, the Two of Cups, it's also something that it's not all groups have it. You know, a lot of groups actually fake it. And especially, you know, it could happen in the rookie groups, and it can happen in the most successful groups. You know, there's always going to be differences, because we are human and we are different. So, you know, we change with time. And yes, fame changes people. So I think that in their case, I think that they value a lot the power of communication, and also the power of looking at each other in the eyes, you know, and being really honest and open to listen to one another, you know, to treat each other as equals, you know, because sometimes you know, we all have egos. We all have moments where we want to shine more, or where we have other personal goals of ourselves that sometimes it's like it totally like a pull in you know, like push and pull when it comes to that. Sometimes you can be the center of a group, and sometimes you do need to let others also have their moments of shining. And I think that I love this about them, you know, this Knight of Cups, the two of Cups. I think that they are this group that they will not let each other down, you know. And I think that it's really beautiful to see so many cups, because I think that there's something about them and femininity, and that they understand each other more because they are females. And they do have this beautiful connection, this soul-to-soul connection, because they understand each other's struggle, even though they are different. And they had gone through different personal experiences. They try to put in each other's shoes, you know, they are very empathic. So this is great. I just love it for them. And I think that I'm going to start to listen Everglow, because I think I saw pictures of the group, but I don't know why I confuse Everglow with Dreamcatcher. I don't know if maybe because they have a lot of members, so, or I don't know if they debuted around the same time, but I haven't had the time to pay attention to them. But I think I will, because I want to see their chemistry on action. I want to see them interact. I want to see if this is how I'm viewing it right now. And definitely I'm thinking that it's really beautiful. I think that they will definitely, there's going to be these 3 months are going to be a month of like being grateful to each other. I think that they're going to feel a bit emotional as well, because there's a lot of cups here, and they are closing a chapter as well. I think that they had closed a chapter, they had been able to thank each other for being there, and I think that they are healing, they are regenerating their emotional world and their self, you know. They are like they are renewing their energies, and they are getting ready to come back stronger and more powerful. So this is great for them. I just love it. And yes, I don't know if maybe they were on a break or something like that, because I see them that, I don't know why I feel like this anxiety card is going to come out, because they have to like because it seems like when they come back on the scene, if they were on a sort of break, I think that if they come back, or if they're coming back, there are a lot of things, or about rules, or a lot of conditions. I don't know, maybe it could be about the pandemic as well. So it seems like that scene of the uncertain is going to give them a bit of anxiety. You know, probably the last time they were on a stage, they were used to a sort of dynamic, and now when they are coming back, they find out that everything has changed, or maybe norms are different, rules are different. There's something about this that they need to learn all over the conditions, and there's about relearning a lot of new steps and a way of working and interactions as well. So I don't know if maybe this has to do with the pandemic as well. So I don't know. I hope we can start a healthier 2022. But I think that probably when it is about themselves protecting and interacting, and also being able to show up in public, you know, and trying to make appearances as well, you know, because they do need to work. So probably, you know, the fact that the conditions and the rules are always changing when it comes to interaction with other people and places, probably this also has to do with what gives them anxiety inside, because they seem to be very sensible girls, very sensitive, like they easily catch the energy of the room. So probably if some of them are worried, or there's some things that are not being said, but somehow people can sense fear or precaution, or being cautious, or being fearful, or being on the alert. You know, there's something, I don't know how South Korea is doing these days, but I think that there could be a lot of new rules of social distancing stuff, you know, that this could affect also the girls, and they could be worried as well. So yes, guys, this is all I have for them. So if you're a fan of them, I would appreciate if you could tell me a bit about them, please, because I do not know much about them, but I will be checking out their stuff. So thank you so much, guys, for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.